I want to put aside my formal solution to reforming our political system, and in this video I want to give you something that you can quickly implement, share with others, and if we all did this, I think we would see political reform sooner than later. It revolves around what I call the 80% political mantra. If 80% of what a politician says and does is not about getting the money and corruption out of politics, then that person is 100% full of shit. What this means is we need to stop concentrating and fighting for the controversial topics, the ones that we're emotionally connected to, and to help us divorce ourselves from those topics and concentrate on the money and corruption in politics, let me bring you through just a little thought experiment. Imagine that we are witness to a scene of an accident that just took place. A car crashed into a tree, and the victim is laying on the back of a stretcher in an ambulance with the doors open, and we notice three things. One is the victim is missing one of their legs. It's been torn off, and so their femoral artery is exposed, and they are gushing blood. So they are moments to seconds away from bleeding out and dying. Second thing we notice is that the victim also sustained an injury to their hand. Maybe they're missing 2 or 3 fingers. And the last thing that we notice is that all of the first responders, all of them are tending to the hand injury. They're trying to put the fingers back on. Think how you would feel if you were actually at this scene. Clearly, you'd be appalled that they're not tending to the severed artery. What good are the fingers going back on the hand if this person is going to be dead? Unless you have some sort of post-mortem hand modeling competition that you want to rush a dead body off to. But outside of that, it makes no sense. And at this point, you've probably connected that the victim in this analogy is our country. And the money and corruption in politics is that severed artery. And the hand are all the hot topics that we're all so attracted to. The 80% political mantra is meant to act as a filter. It's a pair of glasses that you can always put on to stress test politics, no matter what angle it is you're looking at it. Let's say you're looking at a politician and you agree with them on every single controversial topic. Maybe they're really cool and they have a TikTok channel and they're down to earth and dressed well and they speak frankly. Apply the 80% mantra. If 80% of what a politician says and does is not about getting rid of the money or corruption in politics, then that person was 100% full of shit. That should reflect in your vote and how you correspond with that politician. The 80% mantra can also be applied to people who interview politicians. I know there are many interviewers that we dislike, and there are some that we consider national treasures, but it doesn't matter. When you're watching a political interview, remember, if 80% of what a political interviewer is asking a politician about is not about getting the money and corruption out of politics, then that interviewer is 100% full of shit. Let's apply the 80% mantra to content creators. There's a lot of content creators out there who just touch on the hot topics. I think they just like the clicks. If 80% of what a content creator who's commenting on the political affairs of the United States is not about getting rid of the money or the corruption in politics, then that person is 100% full of shit. Again, I know it seems harsh, but if you arrived on that scene and everybody was working on the hand and not the severed artery, you would have no problem saying that the people who are just working on the hand are full of shit. They don't know what they're doing. So let the 80% mantra influence how you vote, how you correspond with politicians, how you think and talk about the people who interview politicians, and the people who create content around political affairs. So repeat this mantra to yourself, to others. Let it become the unified voice of our society. If 80% of what a politician says and does is not about getting the money and corruption out of politics, then that person is 100% full of shit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.